Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. What is it, 28th of October? Man, this year is almost gone. I want to welcome everybody today. Got a great session for you. If you want to have a steady income, I mean, like every day, day in and day out, and not have to worry about stuff, today's session is for you. It really is. I'm not speaking about something I don't know about. This is exactly what I do. This is how I make money. I make money several different ways, but this is one of the ways, and probably my most favorite way is to do a course. Now, you may be thinking before we get started that you don't have the ability, or you don't have the expertise, or you don't know how to. Erase all that. Erase all that. I'm telling you, by the end of today's session, you're going to go, oh, yeah, I can do this too. This is something I can do. Trust me on that one. Really, guys, stick in here. If you don't want to worry about your bills anymore, stick with me today. I'm not selling you anything. You don't have to buy anything. I'm giving you the information you need to go out and do this. So stick with me to the end today, guys. Really, I mean, man, I wish I could convince everybody to do this, because if I could, all you guys could just quit your jobs. You wouldn't have to worry about anything anymore. And that's the stage I'm at. I mean, I haven't worked for anybody in 12, almost 13 years. And a lot of it has to do with these courses. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to get like super in depth because I only have like 30 minutes, but you're going to get a really good overview. And if you want more information, I'm going to have it on my channel. And you can also ask me questions today. And if you're not watching this live, you can also put your questions in the comment section. I'll walk you through all of it. I don't care. I'm not trying to charge you anything. I'm not trying to make any money off you. I really want you to be able to do this. I really do. Do me a favor though, if you would. Make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button down there, turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. Okay, let's see here. How many courses do you currently run? I'm gonna walk through that in just a second, because I've got quite a few different ones. I've got different models and stuff, Paul, but that's a great question. So first off, let's talk about these courses. Okay, what are these courses? Now, some of you are thinking, well, I don't have a degree in anything, or I don't have a certificate, or I'm not that smart. Or trust me, everybody listening to this right now either has the knowledge they need, or I can show you where to get it to make money. I mean, it really is that simple. And let me tell you how I think about this. Courses are like real estate to me. They're like real estate. So imagine you're a landlord and you go out and you, I don't know, buy an apartment complex. And there's 8 units in that complex, and each unit is paying you money every single month. But if you buy an apartment complex, because I have a friend that has 8 units, as a matter of fact, he was just here staying with me, Luigi. Well, he's got 8 units and he's got a house, and he owns the land that a KFC is on, so he makes money from KFC. But let's stick to the apartment house right now. So each one of his units pays him money every single month. Now, what does he have to do for that money? Well, he's got to collect the money. So he's got to get a check from these people or somehow get that money in his account. So that takes some effort. In addition to that, he has to have a contract with these people. So that means they're going to pay him monthly. But then again, sometimes they don't pay him. Sometimes, the payments don't go through and they don't get the money that they're due, and that's a hassle. Then they got to contact the people, and then sometimes they never pay and they have to evict the people because that unit has somebody living in it. They're not paying the rent, so they got to get them out so they can get somebody in that unit so they do pay the rent. And I'm going through all these things because I want to compare this to real estate, these courses, because it essentially is the same thing. Now, in addition to that, he has to maintain this apartment building. He has to fix things. He has other bills. He's got water bills. He's got electric bills. He's got to renovate. Just recently, he had to put heat and air conditioning units in all of them, which was like $40,000 for those 8 units. So there's a lot of work for that apartment complex. Now, imagine instead you have a few courses, okay? And these courses are sold to people. Now, they're either sold as one-offs, and we're going to get into that in a second, or they're going to be sold as continuities. But bottom line is, it's like real estate, because people are paying you money on a monthly basis, yearly basis, whatever it is, and you're collecting this money, but with the exception of the fact that you don't have to maintain much of anything. Now, I will tell you later on in this training today, I'm going to talk about updating and, doing stuff to your courses, but that doesn't really cost you money. You don't have to spend like $40,000 to maintain your course. And then you got city taxes on that real estate, whereas you don't have that on your courses. Now, here's the other interesting thing. Luigi, well, I don't want to say his name, but my friend has this apartment building, and he's got to do a lot of work on it. I mean, he's got to contact people day in, day out, and he's limited. He's limited to 8 units. Why? Because there's only 8 apartments. That's it. If you do a course, you're not limited to 8 courses. It's not like you do 8 courses and then you got to do another one over. You can sell this course to as many people as you would want. That's it. You can sell to as many people as you want. So first off, I wanted to do that explanation because I believe that these courses are very similar to real estate without a lot of the downsides. And I'm going to go, through the downsides and pros and cons and all that, but they don't have a lot of downsides. Before I got out of bed this morning, I had made a bunch of money off people buying my courses and making payments on my courses. And I hadn't done anything. Okay. The only thing I did was get up. I went over to Starbucks. I got me a cup of tea and I wrote some emails to you guys to let you know I would be here. Okay. Let's see here. Can Kartra support a course or a webinar program for courses or a continuity program? Yes. And I'm going to talk about Kartra in just a second too. Kartra is an amazing software. Now, it does not do webinars. You need a webinar program for that, but the same company, which is Genesis Digital, and I don't want to get sidetracked yet, but Genesis Digital that owns Kartra also owns owns Webinar Jam, and I can't think of the other one right now. I have both of them. So, it has that too. It has that capability. So first off, what's the first step? What's the very first step? Everybody says, what do I do right now? Well, the first thing you got to do is decide what your course is going to be on. Okay. Now, how do we decide what our course is going to be on? Well, the first thing we do is we look at our hobbies. What is a hobby that you have? What is something you like to do? And I'll tell you, that's not how I decided on my courses because I don't have any hobbies. I really don't. I mean, I go out to eat and travel some, but I don't really have any hobbies. Or just look at your interests. What are you interested in? You don't even have to be good at anything yet. You could just be interested in something. So you could take a hobby and you could make it into a course. You could take some interest, like, I don't know, maybe I'm interested in gardening. So if I'm interested in gardening, maybe I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to find some people who are really good at gardening. I'm going to start watching a bunch of videos. I'm going to take a lot of notes and I'm going to do my course about that. Or you could fall back on expertise. So there's 3 areas: hobbies, interest, or expertise. Now, expertise is I know something. I know something that I could share with other people. That is what I did. I said, well, I have expertise. My expertise was I knew how to make money online. So I started doing courses on how to make money online. Now, one of my first courses was a Digital Cash Academy. We've sold a lot of those, a lot of Digital Cash Academy. It was a really robust course and it's still out there. We still sell it. But it taught people how to start a business and do drop shipping. That's what Digital Cash Academy basically was. And it still is. And it had a lot of software that went with it and all that. So what I did is I fell back on my expertise. I said, well, I've got this expertise and I'm going to teach people how to make money online because I know how to make money online. So it could fall into one of those 3 categories. So you got to decide hobby, interest, or expertise. Now, once you've done that, once you've decided that, you've got to pick your platform. Now, some people will say, well, I'm going to put this whole course together and then I'm going to go find a platform to put it on. I wouldn't recommend that. I would not recommend that because it may not fit into that platform the way you want. My suggestion is pick your platform right after you pick your hobbies, interest, or expertise. Don't even start doing your course yet. Don't even start doing that yet. Pick the platform. I like Kartra. I like Kartra a lot. You'll find in the description of this training after it's gone up on YouTube, once it's not live, like right now, you're not gonna be able to see it. But once it's gone up, you're gonna see in the description a link to Kartra. And that link to Kartra is gonna be, it's like a video you can watch. So you can see all the things that Kartra does. But if you like it, I am an affiliate for Kartra, and you can try out Kartra for $1. Kartra will do everything for you, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, I've got to get an email provider, I've got to get sales pages, I got to get pop-ups. Everything is in Kartra. Your courses and everything you want to do is in Kartra, and it's the best place to design it too. Paul says, does offering a book as a lead magnet or ethical bribe bonus. Help sell. And the reason I'm reading slow is because my screen is really far away from me. And he's on Facebook. Normally I can look over here and look on YouTube, but he's on Facebook. Help sell a course. Have you ever sold an affiliate course, and was it worth it? Yes, you can certainly do that. There's a lot of ways to promote your course. And I'm going to talk about that in just 1 second. That's one of the 5 things that I'm going to give you today. And yes, I have promoted other people's courses and I've made money off that too. All these things work. That's why it kills me when people say, well, I tried to do a course and I didn't make any money, so courses don't work. Well, that's the silliest thing in the world, because if anybody's making money at it, it obviously works. It's just something you did wrong. Okay. And just admit it. Go, well, I did something wrong. I got to switch. I got to do the right thing. Okay. So what we've done now is we've decided, number one, okay, what we're going to do the course on. Okay. What is that course we're going to do it on? And then we decided the platform, and I'm going to recommend Kartra. I mean, there's Kajabi out there, and there's all kinds of other platforms, but I'm going to recommend Kartra. I really do. It's a good one. And the cool thing with Kartra is if you build your course in Kartra, you'll know what the attendees are doing. So you'll know how far they went. You'll know, what modules they went into. I had somebody one time bought one of my courses, and this is 3 or 4 years ago. I don't get messages like this, but they said the course is not what they expected. And they felt like they could get the same information off my YouTube videos. So I went in and I looked at their account, and they hadn't opened a single video yet. They hadn't watched any of them yet. They hadn't done anything. So I sent them a message and I said, well, checking your account, it looks like you haven't even opened any videos yet. Why don't you go through the course before you send me a message? So I never did hear from that person again, okay? Because they were embarrassed, obviously. They didn't know that I could monitor them. But the cool thing about that in Kartra, that I can monitor them, is that I can send them messages. So let's say they finish module 4, I could automatically send them an email that says, hey, congratulations on finishing module 4. You're further along than most people are. I'm really impressed with your progress, blah, blah, blah. Or let's say they get all the way to the end and it's a course on email automations. And I have another course that's on how to, do sales pages. And I can say, hey, congratulations on finishing this email automation course. I've got this course now on doing sales pages, and I think you're going to love it. Check it out. Click here. So what I've done now is I've really targeted who they are, okay, based on their activity. And when they see that, they're like, wow, he's actually looking at what I'm doing here. I do it automatically, but he's looking at what I'm doing here. Let's check out what his next course is, because I did finish this. And somebody who finishes your course, guys, oh my God, somebody who finishes your course, they are prime candidates to buy another course from you because they went through it. They did it, right? It's really hard to sell another course to somebody who doesn't even open the first module. And people do that. They don't even open the first module. So that's kind of crazy too, right? Why would you spend all this money for a course and then not do anything? I can't tell you why. But a lot of people do it. And, one thing, and I don't want to get sidetracked, but number one, in case you're keeping a list here, is figure your hobbies, interest, or expertise. Number 2 is figure the best platform and pricing. Okay. And I want to get into pricing here real quick. How much do you charge? Now, I have courses that I charge $9.97 for. I've got another one that's $2,000, but I was thinking that was my most expensive, but I got another one for $2,000. But here's the deal. That is what's called a one-off, okay? So when you do a one-off, you're going to make your money and then that's it. You're not going to make more money unless you offer them something more, obviously. But that's a one-off pricing, okay? And the other model, is, let's say, a monthly fee. A monthly fee may be, $27, or it could be $497. And literally, I have one that's, I think, $9. I have one that's $27. I have one that's $47. I've got one that's $197. I got one that's $497. So I have all of these different things. Now, if you're listening to this right now, you may be thinking, JR, $27. I mean, I put, 3 weeks into my course. I really worked hard on it. And it's got, 25 videos or whatever. I'm not going to sell it for $27. Well, let's think about this for a second. $27. Is that a good price for a course? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do, if we're figuring pricing, is look at your competitors. What are your competitors doing? How much are they charging for their courses? What are you getting for one of their courses? And I'm going to highly suggest, when you find some good competitors, that you buy their course and you look at their course, you see what's inside their course. I've done this over and over again and looked at many different courses, and it's given me some real insight and helped me design my courses. But $27, let's get back to that. Do you make any money at $27? Well, I guess if you sold one of them, you wouldn't make much money. But imagine this. Imagine you have 1,000 people paying you $27 a month. $27,000 a month. That's more than most doctors, attorneys, lawyers and attorneys. Those are the same people. Okay. Dentists, lawyers, doctors. That's more than most of them make a month, $27,000. But imagine you sold it to 10,000 people. Now you got $270,000 a month coming in. And you just told me a second ago, $27 wasn't much money. $27 is a lot if you have a lot of people paying you. That's what you got to realize. If you have a lot of people paying you, or if it's $97, right? Then you got 1,000 people, it's $97,000 a month. That's a lot of money. Almost $100,000 a month is a lot of money. And it's unlike an apartment complex that I've got to maintain. I don't have to do that. Okay. I don't have to go fix stuff. I don't get called in the middle of the night because something broke down. However, sometimes software goes down, right? So you're going to have to address that. But with Kartra, it's very rare. We had an outage the other day for a few hours, and that's the first time I've seen that in like 4 years, something like that. So it's very, very reliable. And you're not going to find apartments that do that. The stoves break, the refrigerators break, the heat and air conditioning breaks, windows break. There's problems, all kinds of stuff, okay, with real estate. And you're limited to 8 of them or 6 of them or whatever you bought. I'm not limited to that on courses. I'm not limited to that. I can do as many as I want, and I can sell it to as many people as I want to. Let me put some of these comments on the screen here. Do you ever offer a group that goes along with the course, or a membership site that goes along with the course? Absolutely. I have my inner circle, and I sell that every single day. And there's different levels of inner circle. There's one for $4.97 a month. There's one for $197 a month. There's a private Facebook group for that. So yeah, I do have different groups in there. I had a group for Digital Cash Academy. I don't really run that group so much anymore. I also have a group called the Art of E-commerce Success. And I post a lot of videos in there, and we have interactions in there. So yeah, absolutely, I can do that. And I forgot, Paul, I didn't put your other questions on the screen. I'll start doing that. I missed that. I was messing up. Okay. So anyhow, what I've done now is I've decided on my expertise. I've said, this is my hobby. This is my interest. This is my expertise. I picked Kartra. I picked one of the best platforms. Okay. And once again, description, we'll have a link to Kartra. I've decided on my pricing by looking at my competitors. And next thing I have to do is design an outline. Okay. The steps that are needed to achieve X, whatever X is. Now, I have a lot of different courses. So I have one that is called Ecom Road. Ecom Road is designed to teach people how to set up and run a store on Shopify. That's Ecom Road. Great course. Love it. Been selling it for a number of years. But what I've done with that course is I've shown you how to set up a store on Shopify, how to do that. That was the steps to the achievement. So you got to ask yourself before you design this outline, what are the steps to achievement? What are the steps to achievement? In other words, what is it you're trying to get them towards, to? Maybe you're doing gardening and you want to show them how to have a garden with at least 4 to 5 vegetables at the end of the season that they can eat and feed their family. Okay. So if that's the case, you want to do an outline that shows all the steps. You want to show them, first off, what grows well in your area, how to prepare your soil, what type of soil you need. Where on your yard or your property are you going to put this so that it gets the right sunlight? How are you going to keep it watered and irrigated? What about weeding? What about weeds? Are you going to have to put a ground cover down? Get your plants, where to get your plants. What are the best plants to get? Where to go get your plants? Once they're planted, how often to water them, how to maintain them, what to do if bugs happen. So you see what I'm doing here is I'm designing all the steps that would be needed to get to the point where I'm going to have 4 to 5 vegetables at the end of the season that I can feed my family with. So that's number 3, is design the outline. That's why I say it's really important to use Kartra, because if you use Kartra, you can design all these modules and you can just put the name of each of one of those things and then go back and fill it in with the information that you have. This can be in form of videos. It can be in the form of pictures and PDFs and whatever you want. You can do all of that in Kartra. You can put the videos in there, and most all of my courses are videos. A lot of them are over the shoulders. And when I say that, what I mean is I'm doing it on screen and I'm showing them how to do it. So that is designing the outline. This is number 3, and the steps needed to achieve whatever that goal is. Okay, so we've got the first 3 steps. We've covered a lot of information so far, haven't we? First 3 steps. Number 4, market your course. Market your course. Now, there's so many ways to market your course, and right now I'm marketing my course. Did you know that? Did you know that? Here's how I'm marketing my course. I'm giving you guys good content on this channel so that you go, wow, he knows something. I think I'll check out his courses. So what I'm doing right now is marketing. Don't overlook content marketing. Don't overlook just going out there and helping people. Now, you may say to me, well, JR, probably 99% of the people watching this video right now aren't going to buy anything from you. You're right. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I only need that 1%. That's all I need. If a small percentage buys something from me, that's all I need. So I help a whole lot of people and I don't charge them. Nothing wrong with that. So content marketing works really well. Maybe you have an email list. Maybe you have an email list. So I'm going to speak to you who have an email list. You can email them and say, hey, I'm going to be coming out with this course. Is there certain things that you want to see in the course? Now, this is a really cool thing to do, because you could run some surveys and find out what they want to learn and then put that in the course. And that way, when you do market the course to them, they're like, wow, this has exactly what I want. Go figure. I asked them what they wanted. Okay. The next thing you could do is you could go to social media and you could start posting in social media. You could tell them about the course. You could tell them about your expertise. You could tell them what you did. The other thing you can do, and Paul brought this up in the beginning, is you can go the affiliate route. You could go to ClickBank and you can actually upload your information on ClickBank and actually sell your course on ClickBank. Now, what is ClickBank? ClickBank is an affiliate marketplace. On ClickBank, there's tons of courses, probably hundreds of thousands of courses. And the reason they're there is because affiliates can actually sell your course and you can pay them a fee. And I suggest paying them a big fee, maybe 50 to 90% of the cost of the course. Now, you may say to me, JR, if I give up 50%, oh my gosh, I'm only making $27. That's $13.50. I'm giving up way too much. Are you? You wouldn't have sold the people on ClickBank if you didn't get your course on ClickBank. So what if you give up half your profit? As long as you've got a profit, it's okay. And the more you give up, and this is the key to ClickBank, the more profit you give up on ClickBank, the more courses you're going to sell. Because the affiliates go, wow, I can make 60%, 70% on this course. I think I'm going to market this one. So doing it on ClickBank is very, very helpful. Now, if you're going to do it on ClickBank, I will tell you this, you've got to provide them the tools. You got to provide them sales pages. You've got to provide them emails. You got to provide them all the affiliate tools that they need to market your product. If you don't do that, they're not going to want to market your product. Understand, affiliates don't want to, if they're an affiliate, they don't want to do a course. So they're certainly not going to want to write emails and make sales pages and do all these things because they're affiliates. That's not what they do. Okay. That's not the thing they do. So marketing is very important. However, you've got to give these people the tools to market. Let's see here. What else we got on here, Paul? I love how your course titles are exceptional. When selling a course, long sales page or short, thoughts on split test, short versus long. There's no right answer to this. I would say they both work in their own way. And the key to what you're asking here, Paul, is split test. You never know. I have people come to me all the time. Well, tell me what kind of course I should do, how many emails I should send, and what I should say. But I'm like, I don't know. You've got to just try it. That's the whole thing. Now, there are some steadfast rules. You can't sell a course that has 3 10-minute videos for $4,000. I mean, I think people are going to feel ripped off, right? But the best way to figure out like pricing, let's say, is to look at your competitors and see what they're doing. The other thing is, long or short. I don't know. It really depends. I've done both. I like webinars to sell courses. Those work really, really well. But sometimes just some sales pages. I have some sales pages that have like a 20-minute, 30-minute video on there for Ecom Road, and it's done very well for many years. For years, literally, that video has sold that course for me. So that works really well. But in digital marketing, you're going to learn some basic rules, but nobody's going to be able to tell you exactly what to do. And if they do, they're probably some scammer. They're like, I'm a guru and I can tell you exactly what to do and you're going to make money. That's BS. It doesn't work that way. And always split test. But when you split test, and you can do the split test in Kartra, by the way, only change one element. So what we mean by split test is, let's say we've got a sales page for our course. And it says how to make $10,000 in 3 days without doing any work whatsoever. Okay. So that's the common guru thing. $10,000, 3 days without doing any work whatsoever. That's my one sales page, and everything on there is the same. And then I take that same sales page, everything on there the same. And the only thing I do is I change the title. And the title for the new one is how to make $20,000 in 2 days and not do any work whatsoever. Okay. So those are my two changes. Okay. But if you notice, the only thing I changed was the title, and that you can't change anything else. You can't change the video. You can't change pictures. You can't change colors, because you won't know what changed made the difference. Okay. So if I change the color and the video, well, maybe it was the color, maybe it was the video, maybe it was the headline. So you can't do that. You can't do that. So Kartra will allow you to run all your traffic to a split test link. And within Kartra, what it will do is it will send half the traffic to one page and half the traffic to the other page. And I always recommend a 50-50 split. I mean, in Kartra, you can do a 10-90, you can do a 70-30, you can do whatever you want. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can do that. And then what you can do after you see the results, let's say one sells better at a rate of 10% or whatever, then you can take and manually send all your traffic to that page. Something else you can do, though, you can say, after 500 people go through here, or after 1,000 people go through here, whatever has the higher percentage, I want you, Kartra, to make the decision for me. So if you don't even want to do it, you can automate it in Kartra and they will do it for you. That's pretty cool. Okay, I've already put that up there on the screen. Don't want to do that again. So, continue with the questions and all that stuff on there, guys. Very, very helpful. What are we at? We're step number, let me look at my list here. We're at step number 4. We're talking about, marketing. And of course you can do Twitter, you could do Facebook, you could do Instagram. Twitter's a good one now, right? Elon Musk took over Twitter today. He literally took over Twitter. And I don't know if you saw his post the other day. He walked into the corporate offices carrying a porcelain sink. He walked through the door. He had a video of him walking in with the sink, and I can't remember the first line, but basically he said, visiting Twitter's headquarters. Now let that sink in. Now let that sink in. And he was carrying a sink. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I mean, imagine being a billionaire, one of the richest guys in the world, or the richest guy in the world, and you come up with an idea to carry a sink into a building that you're going to buy the business for $44 billion. I mean, whatever. He's amazing, I think. Okay. Number 5. We're down to number 5. I wonder if anybody could guess what number 5 is. Can you guess? What are we at? About 28 minutes right now. Number 5 is keep it updated if needed. If needed. Okay. Like a lot of courses you can do, guys, and you're worried about this. Like, oh my gosh, I got to update this thing all the time. It takes so much work. No, I mean, if you did a course on exercise doesn't change much. Okay. Push-ups and pull-ups and lifting weights and all, it doesn't change much. If you don't want to have to update your course, fine, don't update it. However, if you're doing something like Google algorithm and how to understand the algorithm, that changes all the time. You're going to have to get in there and you're going to have to make some changes to that course. That's just, that's what's going to have to be done. If it's about software's change. If it's about how to, do a YouTube channel, yeah, there's some changes in there too. So you're going to have to update it. Now, along with number 5, while you're updating, add another course. Add another course. Don't do one course and go, that's my course, I'm going to get rich. Don't do that. Don't do that. You asked me in the beginning, Paul, how many courses I had, and some of them are kind of course quasi memberships. But I've got Digital Cash Academy. I've got Ecom Road. I've got Web Cash Academy. I've got Email Earning Systems. And forgive me if I don't think of all of them. I've got my Inner Circle, J.R. Fisher Inner Circle, which you get access to a bunch of different courses. So that's a cool thing too. That's something else you can do. Once you've got a bunch of courses, 4 or 5 courses, you can say, hey, join this membership and I'll give you access to all these courses. So you can do that. Now, inside of that, I've got a whole bunch of different softwares, and I don't want to go through all the different softwares, but I got a bunch of those too. So a lot of that is there. And I'm working on one now, and I've been working on it, gosh, what, a year and a half now. And I've got to get back to it, called Digital Course Designer. And that's going to be coming out pretty soon too. I keep saying that, I haven't done it yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay. Pressure. I'm working on it. I got so many things I'm working on right now, and I'm doing a book along with that. Now, you had asked in the beginning, Paul, is it a good idea to do a book giveaway? Yeah. And I'm going to have, this is going to be a regular physical book. And I'll probably do it in a digital book, and I'll probably do the audio to the book too. So yeah, I got that coming out also. My last book, I did an audio to it. But I didn't do the audio. I hired somebody to actually do the audio because it takes so long. I mean, I know you guys think, oh, you just read your book. No, it can take weeks to do an audio, a good audio, because I don't sit there and do it all day long, 8 hours a day. I've got other stuff I got to work on. But that's the last part, is to keep your stuff updated and then come up with new courses. You never want to stop adding courses. I mean, if you had real estate, okay, let's say your thing is, I want to collect rent on real estate, and you had unlimited funds to invest in it, how many houses or apartment buildings would you buy? And you'd say, well, I just keep buying them because that generates more money every single month. It's the same thing with courses. You just keep creating more and more and more, because if you do that, you're going to keep making more and more money. I have the e-business toolbox also, Paul. That's another one. Christmas is coming too. Ha ha ha. Yes, Christmas is coming. Let's see here. Long term. Okay. Is this about marketing, Paul? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Christmas is coming, though. Yes, it is coming. As a matter of fact, I've got relatives coming on Monday. So I will probably be live on Monday, but probably not Wednesday, but probably live again on Friday. So I'm gonna have to skip Wednesday of next week just because we're gonna have somebody here and I gotta give them attention. We're starting to have more and more people show up here. We've had my wife's mother, my mother-in-law. We've had my friend from San Diego, and his wife just left. My wife's stepmother is going to be here on Monday, and then my daughter's coming in Thanksgiving, and then my son's coming after the first of the year. So we're starting to get this hotel thing going. Okay, so if you guys want to show up and stay here, you might as well. Everybody else is coming, right? You might as well come and see the place. But anyhow, so I've got that going on. I've got a trip in January, and I'm just trying to keep you guys abreast of all this, so you know if I'm not around what I'm doing. In January, at the end of January, we're going to be going on the Marketer's Cruise. And I think in April, it looks like we're going to be going to Singapore. In November, wait, I forgot. November the 11th, I leave for Las Vegas for a world mastermind there, run by Jason Myers, who owns the rights to Guerrilla Marketing. Great guy, super cool guy. Can't wait to spend time with him and his group there. Don't know the other people that are going to be there, I don't think. I know Wendy. Wendy's very cool. So I'll be seeing Wendy there. Let's see here. What you got a question? In doing the audio, did you go through an agency for audio? Time for us both to get our books done. Yeah, I did not go through an agency. What I did is I hired somebody, I think on Fiverr. It could have been, I can't think of the name of one of those sites, those freelancer sites. That's what I did, is I hired somebody there. By the way, how's son doing with his health? He's doing great. He does have to have another operation. They've got to correct some stuff they did, but he actually is leaving today for a cruise to the Bahamas. So he's not Bahamas. What did I say? Bahamas, the Caribbean. So he's pretty excited about that. He's doing a Western Caribbean cruise, leaving from Galveston, Texas. So he'll be down there this afternoon, leaving from there. He's flying out. So that's pretty cool. Thanks for asking. Yeah, he's doing better, and I appreciate you asking. So that's what I got for you today. Do you guys have an exciting day? I know it was like 4:00 this morning. I heard all this thunder outside. I mean, thunder, and my room was just lighting up and lighting up and lighting up. And this whole squall of thunderstorms came through Georgetown and Austin. And I mean, we got tons of rain, which is great. We needed the rain. That's awesome. But it was quite a deluge of rain, and it's supposed to blow away by this afternoon. It's supposed to be sunny and beautiful here. So I'm looking forward to that. I am doing my Friday lunch today, guys. So if you're interested in that, check me out on Facebook, friend me on Facebook. You'll see I'll be posting some pictures there. Let's see, looking forward to Friday lunch with you guys. Yes, I think we have two places where we're vacillating between today. I'm not sure which one we're going to hit, but one of those two we're going to hit. And we're going to have a good time. Guys, you've been awesome. Put some more comments in there. Put stuff in the chat. If you haven't watched this live, put it in the comments section down there. Get you some Kartra. Go down there and look for the link for Kartra. Watch the video. Get the $1 trial. It's my affiliate link. And it's one of the few companies that I really promote. And I promote it just because it's such a great company, such a great product, and such a good deal. So make sure you do that. Don't forget to subscribe. And Paul, I've been looking at your profile picture here on Facebook. You need a new one with that dog. That's the same one you've had for like, what, 5-6 years? You got to get a new one, man. I want to see a new one. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn that red button to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. And Paul, let's see here, says, have a great weekend, gang. I appreciate that, Paul. You guys have a great day. Like I said, if you have any other questions, please put them in there. I'm going to go through and answer some comments this weekend. So get them in there. That way I can answer your questions and comments. You're absolutely right about picture. Thank you, Paul. Sometimes you forget that. It's like you walk into your same house every day and you don't realize that one chair is worn out and it looks pretty bad. And I'm not saying you're worn out and look bad, Paul. You look great. You look great, buddy. You look awesome. I just want to see something new. Freshen it up a little bit. Okay. Give somebody something else, right? Put something new in there. Take a picture today. I challenge you by Monday to have a new picture, Paul. I challenge you. And I love dogs. So you bring your dog into the picture. I love dogs. You know that. You know, my wife loves dogs. We love animals. My wife is a dog trainer. So definitely. I think that's all I got. I went a little bit over. I apologize. I'm 6 minutes over. You guys are fantastic. You really are. I love you guys. I'm going to see you on Monday morning. Thank you for being here, and I will talk to you real soon. Thank you.